Right, our next match in, right, which was a match, I believe, 7, was it? Right. The return of the man CM Punk versus Darby Allin with Sting in his corner. What do you reckon, Pete? What do you think of that one?
Um, I hadn't seen this Darby Allin before, but he's almost, I guess, being touted a little bit like sort of Sting's protege, so to speak. But I thought, look, maybe there was a lot of expectation on Punk, and there probably was. It was a wee bit rusty, and that's only natural. He's been out of the ring for a long time. A wee bit rusty and probably a touch slower, but all in all, not a bad sort of match. I think he allowed the kid and Darby Allin to sort of show a little bit about what he can do as well. He didn't try to totally dominate the match or kill the kid or whatever. It was always going to be Punk going over. There was never any question there. Not a bad match. It was a good match. It was reasonably solid. I think it did them both good. I think the crowd got what they wanted. They got Punk and Punk won. Didn't kill the kid.
No.
And they sort of, Punk's going to need to ease his way back in again, because you can train all you like. It's like any sport. You can train for 2 years, but until you actually come out and you're actually doing, and in front of a live crowd and the whole thing, it will take a few matches to sort of get all the wheels turning again.
Yeah, no, this is true. This is very true. What do you reckon, Anthony?
For Punk's first match in 7 or 8 years, I feel the basic wrestling that both Darby and he put on for the crowd was probably the best way to go. In terms of that, he has been in the ring, is still ring rust, and all that to the point where it's to the point where it makes it easier for Punk to ease in.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think it was good booking. And I'll explain why I think it was good booking. Darby Allin is a face. Punk is a face. So technically it's one of these rare matches where it's face versus face, right? So, but Darby's not a big fella. He's not a big fella at all, right? And his style that he wrestles is basically all in. I don't know how long this kid's going to be randy wrestling for with some of the bumps he takes. That bump through the ropes into the post.
Yeah,
I cringed when I saw that, and some of the other bumps. He actually wrestles a little bit like the fella from WWE, Dragunov. Is it Dragunov?
From
Ilya Dragunov.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where it's his whole body. He just puts everything in, right? And I like that. That he's a slight guy and he does that, and he is a slight guy. There's not much of him. Not much of him at all. To the point, there's don't wear black pants because you look like you don't have any legs at all, son. Like it's right. But the character at the moment for those guys is over, and nobody lost on this match because Punk come in hot. Darby was pretty hot. The show before, Punk saved Darby from being jumped by I can't think of him now, but being jumped. Then at the end of it, they shook hands. Sting walked up and asked to shake his hand, and he shook Sting's hand, and then he helped Darby up and shook Darby's hand. So Darby got the rub off him. So this is not going to hurt Darby.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's not going to hurt Punk because Punk showed that if he needs to be vicious, he can be vicious. And also, too, you're not in there with an absolute monster. Imagine if his first match was in there with Miro.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So
he's back in, sort of.
Yeah. So, I see him against Kenny at some point. I do see him against, Kenny Omega at some point. If holds the belt long enough, but I do see that as being a match, but over time, right? So for me, it was a great match. I gave it 8.
Yep.
I don't know how long Darby Allin's going to be around for wrestling like that, though. And people say, I've seen a couple of his matches, and what I've seen of him, that was probably one of the best matches he's ever done. As far as...
Well, he'd want to perform on that stage with that opponent.
Yeah. But he was, he's known as one of these daredevil guys that take big bumps and that kind of thing. And with his physique, he looks like Spike Dudley. But no, I thought it was a good match. I gave it 8 out of 10. I thought that both guys worked very, very hard. What do you reckon, Pete?
Yeah, but spot on. Couldn't really add much more. Very, very good match. Solid. Everybody won out of it. As you said, Punk came in with a good opponent, but you knew Punk was going to win. Everybody did.
Yeah.
But he didn't destroy the kid. He took nothing away from the kid. The kid came out of it well. From his point of view, that'll be a match he'll remember for years and years. I was the first one against Punk, sort of, and when he came back and on a big pay-per-view, and I just think it was a bit of a win-win-win all around.
I think so. I thought the booking was good for the
that was
booking.
good,
For long-term booking, it was good. What do you reckon, Anthony?
It was definitely the type of match that Punk should have had to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was honestly expecting right off the bat, because of the name that Punk is, right off the bat, he's going after Omega for the belt.
It'd be silly to bring him straight in after Omega.
No.
Straight away afve 7
Where do you
years.
go? Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
You can't. You bring in and go straight to something like that. You got nowhere to go.
You need him to work his way through the card and earn his position there. Then nobody says it was given to him. And he's more of a threat then. He looks more of a threat to Kenny.
If he's progressing through. And it gives him time to get back into ring shape, per se, and get the pace again and feel comfortable and get confident again.
And the bookings...
Of what you say. If you've been out of the ring that long, it doesn't matter who you are.
Oh, yeah.
The confidence of getting back in and knowing that you're going to nail every move, every this and that doesn't just come, in one match.
No, it doesn't. Even when I had the layoff.
Yeah, and you got to be smart. I think if they keep doing this and just step, it builds the credibility and you then work towards something. But if you go straight to the main event, you've got nothing left.
And the other thing, if they're clever on the other end with booking, if they start having some point that if it's Kenny that's still the champion at that point there, he starts watching matches. So you walk in, the camera walks in, and he's watching what's going on when Punk's wrestling. Like he's studying Punk. Yeah. And he switches the TV off quickly, like if he's watching, some filthy kind of porn. But it's all about him looking and studying Punk because he knows Punk's coming for him. So you can build that anticipation if you're clever with your booking by building the anticipation of not only Punk's coming, but say Omega knows he's coming, and Omega's studying, and Omega's starting to get the sweats because of it. And you could work that very, very well in 12 months.
Yeah, I was
very nice.
I was going to say 6 to 12 month program.
Yeah,
and then that clash would really, really mean something. That'd be your
All Out 2022. If that was the main event, it'd blow the roof off the place.
Absolutely, yeah. They've got to be patient with it. There would be a thing inside you that you want to go because but I think the strength of character is to wait and build and really, literally blow the roof off the joint.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Yeah,
definitely. I couldn't said it better myself, Pete.
Sorry?
Couldn't said it better myself, mate. Seriously. So,